What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, lovealadijonnaise. As usual, this is Feli. I'm very happy and excited for being here once again on another weekend and another Friday with you. And welcome to my beautiful girlfriend, Sam.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast episode. My love, how are you today?
I'm fine, very happy because we're together still. We're still together, so I'm very happy.
No, yeah, that makes me happy as well. We're gonna be together for a bit more. Well, actually, a lot more.
Around 2 months more. But let's continue with this. Let's do it because today, guys, we came with a very interesting topic as usual. I've realized already that every episode I say the same thing, but it's just like, come on, every episode there's an interesting stuff.
Yes, it's an interesting, and I feel like from every episode you can learn something.
Exactly. So, today, guys, we're gonna talk about something. It's kind of, we're in a trailer related to long-distance relationship, but also it's something that actually affects whatever decision you take in your life and whatever thing you're doing in your life and goal and plan, however you want to call it. It affects you. And actually this came because once Sam and me, we were talking about something. She tends to be sometimes, to start thinking about not that positive things. When something's not okay, she thinks to do that. So sometimes we need to have like talks about like, you should like try to be more positive about something, but whatever. But that's our stuff. But the thing is, like, once we started talking about this, and I was like, you know what, this could be a great topic for an episode, and today we're gonna talk about that.
Yes, as I tend to be dramatic, and sometimes think on a negative way, but anyways, that's not the point of the episode. Today's episode, we're gonna talk about predestination. Now, depends if you believe that actually if you predestinate yourself thinking on a negative way, things are gonna actually happen to you. Or maybe you might be that person that says, okay, I don't really believe in predestination, so whatever I say, if it's negative, it might or might not happen to me because I said it and I predestinated myself. But as you wish, you may believe it, you may not.
Exactly. And also it has to be a lot, because I was actually reading a bit while I was thinking about this idea. Predestination, it's not only about the fact that you bring it to yourself, it's also, for example, for us believers, like from Catholic Church and Christian Church, there's actually a word that is called so predestination, that we believe that because of God's will and because that's what He wants, we are predestinated to something, something's gonna happen. But here we're gonna talk mostly from the part that yourself. No, we're not gonna get actually to the religious part.
We also don't know everything.
Exactly. So we're gonna talk mostly about yourself and the power of your brain.
Yes, the brain is a very powerful thing, and we don't know a lot about brain, what brain can do. So it's very interesting.
Very, very interesting. But to begin with this, I would like to say that, as you, my love, you were saying, brain, we don't understand at all how it works. And also, the thing is, like, I actually believe, and it's completely proved, and I can say not only because of studies and research and stuff, but because of personal situations, that I do believe that we can predestinate ourselves to something. And I'm gonna explain my idea why. When you believe that something might happen and you actually convince yourself that it's gonna be like that, it happens. Why? Because I believe that you predestinate yourself, and your brain is so powerful that somehow we don't understand, you make that stuff to happen.
Yes, and you basically make yourself, your brain makes you believe that this is gonna happen, and it actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with me and with us, I was all dramatic in coronavirus. I don't know which wave it was because there were like already plenty, and I was so dramatic saying we won't see each other for 10 years. And maybe I predestinated it that we didn't see each other for like 11 months.
For a long time.
Yeah.
It was for a
Could
long
be.
time. Could be, but not also...
That's just the example.
No, it's just, I mean, there are a lot of examples. I can tell you that when I was studying, well, actually, I'm studying again. But
Yay.
yes, but when I was on high school, middle high school, and before I started like trying to learn how to not predestinate myself for the bad, for negative stuff, I used to predestinate myself to fail exams. And especially when I used to I seriously suck in math, know that. But yeah, I suck in math, I suck in physics, chemistry, and all those scientific courses and everything. And I always, just because I used to predestinate myself, and I'm saying because I used to start telling to myself, no, you are going to fail. It doesn't matter how much you study. It doesn't matter how much effort you put on this. You're going to fail. Guys,
and you fail.
I used to fail.
Yeah, me too.
Every single time that I used to tell myself that I was going to fail, I used to fail. Even though I knew the things. I had the exam. It was at the moment of the exam. And I was sitting there and I was looking at the exercise and I was like, I studied this. But for some reason I couldn't remember.
That used to happen with me as well, but in university. For some reason I didn't predestinate myself in high school, but in university I did a lot. And I used to fail a lot of exams.
Yeah.
For no reason. And then... now that I'm in my master's, I'm like, no, I'm not predestinating myself. And there you have.
Yeah. And
I passed every single one in the first try.
I don't know. It's just very interesting how brain works. But now linking it to, the topic of the podcast and why we're doing this with the long distance relationships. For example, something I've told already to friends that they already have tried being in long distance relationship, or to people that sometimes they ask me, it's just like, I feel that it's gonna be impossible, and the usual stuff. Oh, they always tell me, and everyone tells me that long distance relationship are impossible. They are dumb and they're gonna cheat on you and all that. And what I always had believed is that literally they bring that to themselves, because I always tell, okay, if you, even before you start and you begin with their relationship, you're telling to yourself that they're gonna cheat on you. Dude, they're gonna cheat on you just because you convince yourself and you literally somehow you brought that destiny to yourself.
Yeah, basically you brought like bad luck to yourself. And also with listening to other people, they brought bad luck to you because like you were, but at the end of the day you did it to yourself because you were listening to them. So let's say you think that long distance relationships are impossible, are gonna cheat and all those things. Like, you will never know until you try something.
No, definitely. And also, it's very important that when you're about to begin the relationship, you should start convincing yourself that it's going to work out. Because always you're going to have other voices around you that are going to be telling you, but why can you get someone from your country? What can you get?
We got plenty of those.
So literally, when you're about to start especially a long distance relationship, you're about to start one. Every time, 90% of the times, people around you are gonna start telling you you shouldn't try it. Oh, and there's always someone else. You know that there. All of a sudden and magically, there are a lot of people that they've been on long-distance relationships and that they have some stories to share, and 95% of the times are failures, literally failures.
Yes, because they predestinated themselves instead of like not listening to everyone else and say, okay, I'm not gonna listen to you, I'm gonna try and see, and that's gonna be an experience.
Yeah.
Because, like, we had plenty of those, and we were like, no, just leave us alone, and that's it.
No, and it's very important, because, of course, like, we're humans, and we always listen to what people is telling.
Yeah.
Or what people is saying. But the thing is that it's up to you. I mean, it doesn't matter how many people tell you, it's going to be impossible, and you're going to break up super fast, or, oh, this person is going to cheat on you because you just can't be watching from close. Like, so what? Like, literally, if the thing is, if you start believing and you start convincing yourself that, oh no, it's gonna be like this person said, oh no, it's gonna happen to me the same thing that to this person, then it's gonna happen. Because literally, you're bringing that force, that lucky, that destiny,
that whatever you want to call it, to yourself.
So it's very important, not only for long distance relationship. I mean, that the thing is like we link it to that because of course it normally happens. But to whatever, like imagine you have a goal, you have a plan, and people start telling you, "Oh no, you're not gonna be able to get it, or you're not gonna reach your goal," and you start believing you won't reach your goal. You're gonna break that lock.
Yeah, and instead of maybe you trying it and being successful in whatever you do, like in your goal, in your relationship, whatever, you're gonna fail because you were listening to other people.
Exactly. And for example, I would like to actually give an example of one story of predestination that always my mom has told me that actually was the first time that I knew about this word and that I actually started getting a bit interesting too. The thing is, for example, in this story, so you guys can see like the power of predestination. My mom and my dad, I don't know if they were already married because I don't remember if they were just a couple before getting married. But the thing is, like, anyway, they were in a shopping center, okay? And the thing is, like, they were looking for a parking lot. But it was in one of those moments of the year, you know, that shopping centers are completely crowded. It's impossible to find an empty spot and everything. And my dad, he predestinated himself because he tends to do those things. And the thing is like they've been already for a while looking for a parking lot, but it's just impossible. And he sees an empty spot, not that far away. I mean, actually on the same, let's say, street that he was like looking for a parking lot, but it's not that far away. Still, it's not the closest, but not that far away. There was anyone. My mom says that literally there was anyone else driving around, just them. And my dad turned to my mom and he said that, you see that spot? Someone is gonna win it. Guys, someone won it. Literally, as my dad was getting close, all of a sudden a car came from nowhere
and parked. Your dad predestinated himself.
Yeah, and then it's just amazing. Seriously, amazing.
How the brain works. Actually, I remembered about one that happens to us every time we want to cross the border between Slovenia and Croatia when we go to visit my aunt, my family that lives there, especially like around Christmas time or in summertime, because like in these two seasons, a lot of people tend to go to the Balkans because it's the holidays. And what happens every year is we go, we chill, and we go, we pack everything, we sit in the car, we drive chill, and then my mom starts predestinating that there's gonna be a huge traffic at the border control. At the border where you literally cross. And what happens is we tell her no, maybe it's gonna be just a bit because it's normal, people are going home. And she's like, no, it's gonna be a lot, we're gonna wait for I don't know how long. And what happens when we come close to the border? There is a kilometer long line for like waiting to cross the border.
Yeah.
And it's like basically she predestinated it. And she does every year.
Basically, no. It happens to all of us. We all have something where we normally predestinate ourselves. Also with me, with illnesses, not that much anymore, but before, when I was younger,
yes.
Every time that something, the tiniest thing used to happen, that I used to get wet with the rain, or I was a bit close to a person that was sick or something, I always used to think to myself, I'm gonna get sick. Next day I was already sick.
And that actually used to be like that in the beginning of our relationship. But thanks God you chill down, and I'm like, now you're not predestinating yourself with those illnesses. And if you're close to someone or if you're a bit wet of the rain, you're like, okay, fine, nothing happened.
Yeah, I try to be chill. I've been working on it, but it used to happen a lot when I was a teenager.
Oh, I suppose even more. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, way more. I used to get sick from stomach every year, like at least twice, and I used to get a flu, like 4 times a year, because it was horrible. Yeah, I literally used to believe that I was gonna get sick with whatever, and I used to get sick because of that.
See, and now this is like the lesson of how powerful our brain is, that we underestimate our brain. So please, if you're predestinating yourself, stop doing that.
Yeah. Actually, maybe to finish on that, I would like to give an example of a clear predestination. I have a friend from high school that once she told us, once she was in her house, but the thing is, like, it was the end of the holidays and she was feeling super lazy about going to school. So a weekend before, she was like, I don't know if I don't know if it was because if she was literally joking about it or something, but she was like, I wish I get sick so I don't go the first day to school. Guys, so far, when she told us that story, she was like, I got the worst illness I ever gotten in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And literally, she was like, I couldn't explain why. Because I was completely healthy. I didn't need anything that was rotten. Nothing.
All of a sudden,
she got sick. And she did not... I'm sorry. She did not even go to the first day of school. She didn't go to the whole first week of school.
See, that's how much you can predestinate yourself all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
And for something that she wished to happen one day, it was even more.
Even more. Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, she says that it was horrible, but it's a clear example.
Another note, guys, if you wish something bad would happen to you or, like, God forbid, someone else, it turns out actually to be worse than you wish for.
Yeah, and it happens also to yourself.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever you wish to another person, comes back to you as well.
So, yeah, but, well, basically, guys, that's what we had prepared. Also, because we are hearing a lot of noise around ourselves and we're not going to be able to finish the podcast literally after this, so...
Yeah, Mexico and selling things.
I know. Sadly, we're going to have to leave it like this, but we enjoy a lot, actually, the talk, and we hope that you had, like, also the topic.
Yes, and basically the point of the episode was not to predestinate yourself, not to underestimate our brain, and to, like, be careful what you wish for, because it can turn out very bad.
So just put attention to that, guys, and we hope you have liked the episode a lot. We wish that you have an amazing weekend, and of course, as usual, you know where to find us: on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and on email. You know, we have an email where you can send whatever message you want.
Yes, and we hope we can be back with you next Friday with a new episode.
Exactly, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.